What are you shopping for today, Joe? Did you ever think this day would come?
Home, isn't it?
I've just had the call to say that we've got a certain delivery on the way down from a local farm, and it's the first of 6 deliveries in the next day. Let me show you what we've done. Some of you might be wondering what on earth is going on. Do not be alone, because I'm not quite sure what we've done. Joe and I got a little bit carried away last week on dreamscaping. So it was last week when I spotted that a local farm was selling up pig arcs. And that's something that we need, because at the moment our pigs are using the livestock box, which is no good. They're going to trash it. They've already damaged a little bit of it. Contacted the guy on Facebook and I said, look, we're after 1 or 2 of these arcs. He said, yeah, that's no problem. Got plenty. And this is what's happened. So we want to replace this stock box down there and, you know, keep that clean and tidy, because we're going to be using it for a trailer. And when we move the pigs back over to the secret meadow and around the place, we want to have proper arcs. So we went there and we picked out 2 of these. They're really decent quality galvanized arcs, proper metal frames, no wood on them at all apart from just the end panel. We were chuffed to bits with them. So we picked out 1, and we thought, oh, we'll get 2. That's 1 for Matilda, 1 for down here, and we can just move things around. Great, or we can keep 1 over the other side. And then I thought, well, you know, as they're in good condition, we'll get 3. So we got 3. We picked those out, wrote our name on them. And then I spotted further up the field, they had some bigger ones. And I thought, well, great, we'll measure those up, because one of those would be great for the goats in the future down in the field, because they need a bit more of a field shelter. What, down the bottom?
Down the bottom.
What are you shopping for today, Joe? Did you ever think this day would come?
New family home, isn't it?
New family home, yeah. Whilst we're building the cabin, we thought we'd build another temporary accommodation. So we went and picked one of these. And you know what? Apart from the bomb shelter feel to it, it's actually a really decent structure. So Joe and I went up the field and we looked through them all and we picked the best one. No holes, nice and sound, not many dents, all good. So we now got ourselves a field shelter. We can tart it up a bit. We can put it down the bank where we can't really see out of view, but it's a good place for anyone to retreat to should they need a bit more protection from the elements. And then we started thinking, we're walking down the field thinking, they're a bit low to walk in, but if we put them up on a short wall or even on hay bales, there's an instant mini barn there. So we thought, oh, okay, well, that'd be quite cool. We could use one for lambing or hay storage or something like that, or even as a kids play area. Then we got carried away. Then we thought, well, we could convert one into a little studio or even into a little camping pod. And we're not really 100% certain that we want glamping or camping or that sort of thing here. But just in case, we thought, well, we could keep an open mind and try it for a year. The idea being that we would put them on short walls, we'd put them on a chassis, and we'd be able to tow them down to the field. And then we thought, well, if we're gonna take that gamble and do 3 as a potential little business, why don't we line them up and do 6? We'd do 3, ideally find customers to buy those or even pre-order them, and they can be used for garden offices or glamping pods somewhere else. And we'll do our 3 and hopefully that will pay for the other 3. And so we bought 6. And then just as I'm chatting to the guy and we're leaving the field, I spotted some bigger ones, and I thought, they're really good condition. Maybe one of those would be better for the field shelter. So in the end, we got this one as well. It's 20 feet long, 10 feet wide, and it's huge. So I think the idea is, for this one, we'll replace the timbers around the bottom. This one's to go on a couple of wheels, just wheels, maybe just a simple kind of stub axle either side, that we can move around the field. This will become our permanent field shelter that we can move along. It's tall enough that you can just about, actually I can walk along in here. What do you think? New kennel? And it's also wide enough that we could potentially put hurdles down one side and the other side, almost have lambing pens. Don't know if it's quite wide enough for that. They would be 4 feet deep with a little channel, a little corridor down the middle. Maybe that's okay, 4 by 6. Right, been home for a bite to eat. The boys are coming back with another 2 of these. Well, the main problem before was taking off this 20-footer. The problem is now it is here, whereas it's stuck here. We need to think, because they had this certain bracket that took their forks so they could lift it. So it's stuck here until I build wheels on it, basically. Right, how many have we got now?
3.
They're breeding. We're breeding pig arcs. We're not breeding pigs, but we're breeding pig arcs. We've got 3 of the medium ones, and as they're all geared up, they're going to go off, because it's only 10 minutes away, so they're going to go off and load up the other 2, drop those down now, and then there'll be 1 to come tomorrow. Right, I'm going to move this one with the loader. Can you film?
Yeah. So this is my dad.
I'm not sure we're going to get the other one in there. Oh, finally in. I feel like we need to get a little army of pigs now to fill all these. The thing is with these, they're now in place. We'll get another one in there, another one the other side, and the other one somewhere else tomorrow. They might sit here for 6 months, they might sit here into next year, and that's okay. I think this was an opportunist purchase, and well, we're always going to have a use for them, even if the whole idea of turning them into little pods or studios or whatever doesn't happen. We're still going to find a good use for these. Still not sure if the Norcar would lift one of them. I think we'll try it. We'll try it tomorrow. What the guys suggested was they've got the kind of jig that goes across and lifts with the forks. If we put a ratchet strap between the 2 handles, not handles, but lifting points, nice and tight, get forks on that, just at ground level, that should be a way to lift it, and they said that people have done that before. So we've got options. The main sticking point is that 20-footer, but that might be a case of just getting some wheels on it, I think. Here it comes. Tell you what, it's another day and it's another load of pig arts. We're working through them. Got the team here today. So we decided to give them a good clean. Obviously these have been painted in the past, let's just keep them cool in the summer, but we will sort them out in the future, maybe put a coat of paint on them, but we just wanted to make sure they're cleaned out inside and out before we put them down in the field, because these are actually going to be used for pigs, believe it or not. Inside, obviously they're all heavy duty, galvanised. So yes, we are a little bit nuts, and we didn't have the budget nor the time for another project or set of projects like this, but you know, these opportunities come up and it seemed relatively low risk. Our neighbours, however, did have a little bit of a curtain twitching moment when they saw all of these turn up, but we did reassure them that there is no commercial pig farm being set up. So on the day that Joe and I went shopping, let's call it, up at the local farm for these, we shot a little video and we were chatting over on Patreon with the members there just to see what their thoughts were on it. And the whole idea of doing the piggy pods and some sort of pop-up camping thing went down really well. So who knows, it might turn into something, it might not. But for now, we've got somewhere nice, safe, secure and warm for all the livestock, plus plenty of giant playhouses, dog kennels or whatever else they might get used for. Anyway, if you've got any crazy ideas for these, then let us know. We've already come up with a few designs where we might take apart one or two of them and make them into different products, but that'll all have to wait for the future. For now, they're all stacked up nice and neatly. The pigs have moved into their new accommodation, and it's time for a Sunday evening cup of tea. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.